Hello, welcome to another tonalist landscape oil painting demonstration. This is your painter in residence, M. Francis McCarthy, and the painting I'm bringing you today is called Tree and Sea. It's a 4x6, and I did this a couple days ago. I'm real happy with it, real happy to share it with you. Maybe the real fan of the M. Francis McCarthy painting channel will recognize what seems to be a bit of a retro thing. If you go to the earliest videos of my channel, you'll see I'm working quite often on a burnt sienna tinted board with burnt sienna as my drawing color. Yeah, I'm back into it. It just feels good right now, and it started with the last one. I think it did. Yeah, I had some of these MDF. I try not to paint on MDF. I really prefer hardboard, but first of all, it has a lovely surface. I really enjoy it. Second of all, it occurs to me it's not much different than any work on paper. If you were to do an oil painting on paper, yeah, it'd be the same kind of thing. It's good to keep in mind though that it's easy to dent. It's got stuff, you know. Anyway, I love working on it, and I had a bunch that my ply guy had made into 4x6s, 3.5 by 3.5, and 3.5 by 5. So I had tinted them up, and they've been sitting in the box for a long time. And I grabbed one last painting, and Bob's your uncle, as the English say. You can see here, though, I am going a little different than what I've been like. I've done one like this today. Not like this, actually really cool. This is really cool, but you'll I think you guys will really like the one I did today. It's quite neat. Where I didn't do the dark, but doing the dark here, that dark color, as you see it, a little bit of Paraline, a little bit of burnt umber, maybe a little black, and some alizarin crimson. It's quite a hodgepodge. But I wanted it to have some complexity to it, and all of those colors are transparent, so you can get away with quite a lot there without things getting overly muddy. I want to point out that in the members area, this video is real time. It's not too long either, about an hour or so, and you're right there in the trenches with me. Now I am working on some video courses, as I mentioned in the previous video I put up, and yeah, those are going to be really far more intense in that I'll be narrating over the top and giving you real blow by blow what's behind every decision. It's difficult to do that while you're painting. Not so hard if you're talking over the top of a video, especially a painting you did quite recently. Anyway, I think it's so helpful to have the red drawing. I just love that. There's nothing that says tonalism like a red ground, okay? Nothing says tonalism like a red ground color. It just hums, and it gives you some great glows. And you can do a lot of little things where you're riffing off. It's very warm, much warmer than the hardboard tone. The hardboard tone is far more neutral. In fact, it's not overly warm, it's not overly cold, and I really do like it. I'm not saying I'm giving it up forever, but I'm on to this burnt sienna kick at the moment, and I have learned maybe, I don't know, you go, oh, Mike, you're rambling on. Well, welcome to Mike's channel. Of course I'm rambling on. But what I might have a tip, some advice for you, and kind of segues into the ramble. You know, in your own practice, a lot of times I think we may have a tendency to force ourselves to do things because they're good for us, kind of like being on a diet or exercising or giving up that third drink, you know, or whatever it might be. And where I would say that's very good to do with painting is to make sure you paint. You know, but if you feel like painting on a texture board, you feel like painting on canvas, or you feel like whatever you feel like. I feel like working with a red ground now, so I work with a red ground. I don't sit there and go, well, a lot of people are expecting me to do this and that, so I better do this and that. It's like, yeah, really, people don't care that much. I don't think they do. You know, you're the one who cares, and you're the one working on becoming a better painter. So if you have ideas about things that you want to try, or you just like doing things a certain way, I say do it until you're tired of it, unless it's a really bad practice, you know. Let's think. Oh, bad practices. Well, a good one, the lean over thick thing. Okay, so you don't want to like do this major impasto sort of painting and then come in and paint a bunch of thin stuff on top. Reason being that thick paint take a long time to dry. The thin paint, not much time. All of the thin paint will crack. Yeah, so don't indulge yourself in that. But there's a lot of other things you can do. Yeah, you feel like working on red, yellow, blue, pink. Try it out. Maybe at some point though, you go, I don't think it's. Oh, hey, it's my book. We sent out a good quantity of books this week. I'm really thrilled about it, and so happy to see my work getting out there in the world. And thank you so much for the support, those of you that have got the book. I think it's a fantastic resource. I wish I'd had it when I was trying to learn the tonalism thing, you know. So if you're interested in that, $60 US. That includes international shipping, and it'll come right to your door. And then you can actually, it's a collectible item, I would say. You know, so far I've shipped just over 100 out into the world, and all of those are signed and numbered. So at some point in time, you could be to a real collector's item. Who knows? You know, I think it's possible because it's a beautiful thing. I tried to make it as beautiful as I could make it, and it's chock full of my paintings. Anyway, moving on. So we got the sky going. Now here's another thing. You know, why do the sky first? Well, the sky's behind everything else. Now, I was talking with someone in an email I sent out, and talking about the block-in technique. The block-in technique is not how I'm working here. I'm working with an underpainting, and then basically I just go in and start painting the sky. I know where the tree is, so I think it's extremely helpful to have that indicated. Otherwise, if you painted the whole sky and thought you were going to plant the tree over the top with wet paint, that isn't going to work. And even if you thought, well, I'll just paint it dry over wet, that'll be expedient, I don't think you'll be happy with that result. So a couple ways. Underpainting's great, or you can just do a massive, like just plain block in, or you can, as I did a couple videos ago, I don't remember what it's called. It's one of the big ones. I did the block in method there, utilizing the underpainting as sort of a framework to hold things together. And I do think I'll be leaning into the block-in method quite a lot for the larger work. Yeah, because it's just it's more controlled. I actually prefer the method we're working here, where I've got an underpainting and then usually I'll paint the dark clouds. If I've got blue sky, I'll paint that first, then the darker clouds, working up to the lightest clouds. Then, as you see in 1 second here, we're going to get back into the landscape. We do the darks, and then we work from the darks up to the lightest tones, and that works really well for me, and I'm not planning on abandoning it anytime soon. So that's another thing, you know, you find something that works and you're getting good results, then don't think you have to change it for no good reason, you know, just to be. I mean, that's not to say you shouldn't experiment. I do think experimenting is very valuable, you know. In fact, that's the other thing I'd say, you know, if you feel like, oh, I feel like painting cars now, or I feel like painting fashion models or whatever, give it a go, you know. A lot of times we'll say, well, people see me as this or people see me as that, and that is actually a real reality. Once you're a professional artist, it's quite important to do something that people can identify you with. This is one reason why I went with landscape painting. I knew I could be infinitely fascinated in it, but you know, I drew nothing but people really for the first 20 years of my artistic journey. And so, as some of you know, or somewhere around here, I've got a channel with some nude studies on it. But frankly, it gives YouTube conniptions, so I don't really bother. I don't think they know what to do with it, you know. And someday, though, I have recorded everything I've done, and someday I'd love to get it all up. In fact, that would be, you know, so amazing. Would be just to have it would be a very big website, you know, but a website with pretty much everything I've ever done there in video form, photographic form. Including my music, which, you know, would be in audio form. Yeah, not doing a ton of music these days. Concentrating on art, not mostly my art career and art marketing. Just trying to. There's so much I put off and avoid because basically I just like to paint, you know. And so that's why you're hearing about video courses and stuff. Now, wasn't it cool seeing that red tree against... I used to remember in the old days, people would come in my studio and says, "No, I'll buy it just like that." And I'm like, nah, I'm not selling it to you like that. But they did love it, you know. And it does look neat. Looks a bit alien, but having that strong red underneath, it gives it a hum. It really does, yeah. And back in the day, now I'm working with this dark. That's mostly black. A little bit of crimson in it, and a little bit of burnt umber. That's the dark I sort of favor on this burnt sienna ground. I think it works well. Now you see me going in with the dark greens, and these are the things I move around all the time. Now this tree, this sort of thing, you see me do it before. You see me do some little circles. It's called a Pohutukawa, and we're coming up on Christmas out here. They, at Christmas time, go quite red, and they have red flowers on them. They're known as the New Zealand Christmas tree, and they're really popular. And I've been making these little paintings and selling quite a few of them, and it's the time of year to do that kind of thing because we're coming up on, and God willing, you know, after all this, you know, the epidemic with the name I don't want to say because I don't need to get on the wrong side of YouTube. Now that's, you know, kind of in the rearview mirror. Maybe we'll see some more traveling and stuff, and things will get back to a more normal sort of deal out here in New Zealand. Yeah, and so I tried to keep things fresh in these little paintings. And if you're going after these 4x6s, 5x7s, what actually any painting, lay down some strokes, let them breathe. Let's be able to tell it's a painting. I really did that in this tree where I just had those green strokes. I thought, well, should I mix those in? It says, nah, I like it. I think it looks cool. Other thing I want to mention is there will be, I think, a video, I think I did record it, of my setup process here, where I actually was able to install the path into my reference image using Adobe Photoshop's new AI fill feature. The generate option is amazing for... I wouldn't think it'd be very good for actual photographic results, but for setting up your reference, it can't be beat. I've turned like plain lawns into like grass and bush with a few rocks in it, things like that. It does some very weird things. So if you get it and start playing with it, don't send me an email saying, "Wow, this is weird." Yeah, it does weird things, but if you query it properly, it can definitely help you out with your reference. It can. I remember, you know, in the old days when I might have identified wanted a path installed, I would have gone through my reference folder of paths and streams and tried to find something I could stick in, but it would be very difficult to have it going by a tree as this is. The AI did that, and thank you, AI. I made a painting. My painting's in the real world. You're stuck in the digital one. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. Really appreciate you. And stay tuned. I'll keep you guys appraised of what I'm up to with my courses thing. There's a lot of stuff to do. Websites, emails, all that stuff. I would say join my mailing list if you're interested. And there'll be special offers and deals to go out to those people first. But you, being a loyal subscriber to the channel, are going to be on board too. So don't you worry. Anyway, till I come back with another video for your edification and enjoyment, do me a favor, do me a solid. Take good care of yourself, your family, all your loved ones. Stay out of trouble. And God bless you and your family. Thanks for watching. Bama Book.